Hello viewers and welcome to the racing-based preview of Warwick Stakes Day at Royal Randwick. As usual, Rick Chapman and I are going to dissect the race and see if we can come up with a winner in what looks a really tough event this year. Rick, welcome to you, mate.
Yes, thank you for having me again. Always a pleasure to talk about racing and the finer animals when they're on show.
Absolutely. Well, one of the features this week, we've got the Group 2 Warwick Stakes $250,000 event over 1,400 metres. How do you see it playing out, mate?
Well, I wrote a piece during the week for racingbase.com about each and every runner because nearly all of them have trialled over the last 4 weeks. And as everybody knows, I'm a huge trial fan. So if we go purely and simply off what they did in trials, the 3 best triallers over the last 2 months have been Royal Descent, First Seal, and Cornishay, just in front of Kermadec. So of them, First Seal looked awesome in her trial against Vancouver and looked even better in her next trial. I just wonder with Tommy Berry, who's out of form at the moment, if she's going to get any cover, which leads me to think Royal Descent is back better than she's ever been, and I think she just wins the Warwick Stakes from First Seal. I think we're going to see fantastic runs from Kermadec, Cornishay, and It's Somewhat. I know John O'Shea says this horse has put on about 15 kilos of just muscle, and whilst his trials didn't look fantastic, you could tell that there was a horse there that was better than he was last time up. So that's how I see it. Royal Descent's going to be right up on the pace. She's got a lot more spring in her steps this time up, and she'll kick at the top of the straight and just be a bit too strong for First Seal's finishing burst, and Kermadec will be a flashing home third.
Well, that's the way you see it playing out. I'm a bit weary of Royal Descent. She's a grand mare, but she struggles to win, as everybody would know. She finished second in this race last year on a heavy track by tees, and the rest of them behind her were all 2,000-metre horses, looking ahead for the spring, as most of them are this year. I'm a bit dubious about the form there. I think the better track might find her out. I'm sticking with one of my favourites after last fortnight, Burbero, who got up at $11 for us. I see no reason why Burbero can't win again. When you look at his last win in the Missile Stakes, Rick, there were 3 other 1,200-metre races on that day. He ran in the 3rd slowest of the day, and although that doesn't look great, to come from last, from where he did, in one of the slowest run 1,200-metre races and get up and win, that was a massive effort. He won 3rd up last campaign. He's improved. He's a horse that's on the up, and he just continues to thrive. So with race fitness on his side, and 11 of these 14 are first up, I'm sticking with Burbero, and the bookies have underestimated him again. They've put him up at $9, so I'll snatch that. Well, I already have. I've got $10.50, so go Burbero.
Yeah, well, you were right last time, and he surprised me last time. But I think Bjorn Baker, he's done the right thing, team training here, putting the great horse in, because it'll go out like a bat out of hell and it'll run last, but it'll set up a good pace. So horses like Burbero, who will come from back in the field, will be getting home. But this is a bigger field this time. He's got to navigate his way through it, and different sort of horses he's up against this time. But anyway, that's the beauty of racing. We all have different opinions. I love it.
That's right, and you've got to admit the 1,400 will suit him more. Rick, he's a horse that'll go up to 1,600, 2,000 metres, so the step up in distance will just see him improve well.
Yeah, well, you might well be right again.
I hope so, and so does my tab account. So, anything else that stands out for you on the day, mate?
Yeah, well, the fillies race, the other Group 2 race, the Silver Shadow. Again, trial form comes into play versus race fit form. Gay's 2 runners fit that category. You got one who trialled quite well, Speak Fondly, and the other one, Kimberly Stars, in rare form, 3 in a row, all in town. The way the race will be run, I think you'll find that Speak Fondly will go straight to the front. We'll get some very easy sections during the middle of the race and just kick away and win comfortably. Obviously, the informed other filly, Flamboyant Lass, and Godolphin horse, Italy, will be rattling home. But I'll be giving this filly of Gaze a big head start, and I'll be on Speak Fondly to win that.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to have a punt in that one. But I like Italy at decent odds, and these small fields normally throw up a rough result, something that the punters don't expect coming. And yeah, I'd be with Italy there at some value. But other races on the day, we got race 3. Swoop looks probably the best bet of the day. Fell Swoop came out and beat in out by 3 lengths last time. This horse peaked third up last preparation, comes into Saturday's contest third up, and Ins and Outs come out last weekend and belted them by 4 lengths. So the form stacks up. Horse is ready to peak, gets Blake Shin from barrier 2, just wins for mine.
Yeah, look, he's a very impressive horse. I know there's a great deal, there was a great deal of interest from Hong Kong for nearly $1 million to buy him, but I think some vet certificate might have stymied that. Again, though, and this is what I love, I'm going to go against you. Music Magnate trialled magnificently the other day, and I'm going to be on him to swoop, but to deliver a Fell Swoop for Fell Swoop. But I have the utmost respect for Fell Swoop. That win last start in good company, like you said, was very impressive.
I think there was a bit of a Freudian slip there, Rick, with Fell Swoop on your mind.
It was, but I made it into a good one.
And one other for me for the day, I think you can't go past Vashka. The show country quality, Vashka's trials have been sensational. She just canted and beat home Hartnell, who was fine that 840-odd metre trial. Won 5 in a row last campaign. Looks even better this time in. And at $3 something, Vashka can get the cash as well, I think.
I'm with you 100% on that one. I think he's a very good horse. I know he's only won at benchmark level, Vashka, but his trials have been outstanding against some really good opposition. I like Sebring Sun in the first. I think he'll get back and run past the O'Shea Boom horse in a circle. And I know they've got a big opinion of Shards too, but I just feel he might be something a bit special, this Sebring Sun. So I'll be on him. I think it's a fantastic card where there's good winners everywhere. And there's 2 at Canberra I like too in the last 2 races, Romney's Choice and Horizontal. So there's a lot there for people to pick and choose from. Hope we all win.
Yep, well, that's the plan. The grand scheme of things is to make some profit on Saturday, Rick. So hopefully you've contributed to helping punters get some profit. And that's it for another week.
Yeah, well, as I said, and I'm going to say it with a big underline under it this week because I landed the Newcastle Quaddie on Tuesday. Punting is easy, and I think it gets easier this Saturday.